All right. Howdy, howdy, howdy. It's Mark, Spiritchild1723. We're up to Leo in the month of June. We're going to start off with these oracle cards right here. So, get a beverage, maybe a little snack, kick back, and I'm in pretty good energy, even though I'm a little tired. I really want to do this and, in fun, you know. Try to get some information out. All right. First card out is Patience. We have the Angel of Strength. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel, and Karen connections. Okay, so we're dealing with Leo, fire sign. Okay, we have patience. So this is a soft female energy here. It's encouraging you to just trust, trust the cycle. You don't have to have your hands all over it, whatever it is, Leo. And if look at the clock, her belt buckle, or her medallion is a clock. It's got modern numbers though. You would think there'd be Roman numerals on it, but I don't know what the artist was thinking. It's all good. But anyways, this is showing winter season, right? This is showing slowing down and how it's a natural part of the cycle. You're supposed to get a certain amount of rest during that season. So in spring, your new stuff can bloom. And that can be projects, creative projects, family projects, trips, whatever. But it's trying to validate, I guess is the best word, right? That there's a certain cycle. So, trying to push too hard or overdo it in the winter is probably not the recipe for most. And I'll leave it at that. Okay, and that was a 7 card, huh? That means refining choices also. All right, so this is a 5 card. For me, that's transformation. And it's showing the angel of strength. This female has mastered taming the lion. Yeah, just wanted to make sure they didn't throw a tiger on there. Yeah, mastered the lion and knows when, you know, they need to use that male strength or not. But I wouldn't mess around with this energy. It's in angels. It's Archangel Ariel. I sense is the opposite or counterpart rather to Archangel Michael. Then we have second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Supposed to be your sacral, usually orange-ish. Um, but that's where your passion, desires, sexual energy all resides, as well as when it's overstimulated. That's the chakra you need to slow down or have slow down if you want to, reel in anything that's getting too addictive. And then we have Karen Connection. That's a 5 card too, transformation. So some of you have a change in your um that's the value of your connection, or maybe the roadmap or commitment level, I guess would be the right way to say it. I'm not always going to have the right words for romantic love, guys. Um, but the energy I sense around this is something developing. Yeah. All right. Leo. I almost said Aries. All right, Leo. What we got here from the ancestors? What's your tribe? What's your tribe have to say? Ooh, got 2 here. What's your tribe? The Druid. That came out last time. Mirror Guardian. Very cool. There's 3 cards. All right. We'll take them. Winter come out. So you're mirroring or you have similar energy to Aries, guys. Um, we'll see. First card out, Druid, hold space. These are the people that lived amongst the forest, the woods, knew how to survive, knew how to gain knowledge from their ancestors, and they believe the energy was held in the trees in that ecosystem. I don't know if ecosystem's the right word, but you get what I'm trying to say. These guys were massive. Let's slow it down a little. Masters of um, living in that environment, heavy wooded forest. Some of it obviously is going to be Celtic, and towards those countries. All right, then we have the Mirror Guardian. Time to take time to reflect. So this is almost like your guardian angel, if you believe in that, kind of looking down and saying, hey, man, just pay attention to what's going on. You might be missing something. It's all right to pause. It's all right to reevaluate. And that's been one of the greatest lessons for me, is adjusting, not giving up, not throwing the whole thing in the shitter just because it seems like this one aspect's not going to work out. This is really hard doing these readings and stuff, and just kind of stagnating and not growing. I don't know if I don't put the right hashtags in there, but this can be, you want to talk about having patience. Wow, because it'd be a lot easier to give up and just go on and do something else. But I'm gonna link this up to something, and it might help out. And I'm gonna probably start to do some internet readings, and I'll put the link in the description and stuff. There's just so much I want to do, and not enough time in the day. All right, so you have the sun energy, enjoy success and happiness. With the tarot, some say, I'm not going to say, but some say that's the happiest card in the deck. Things are going right. You got plenty of energy. You know what I mean? You're on your game. Midas touch, right? You got the Midas touch, Leo. You're tangled up with Aries energy. All right, Hermit, retreat and recharge. So the rest and rejuvenation through meditation, through slowing down. If you're new to meditation, what I suggested in the other reading was, try it for 5 minutes. I fall out of it. I'm trying to get a regular habit after work, specifically, Monday to Friday, to like release the workday and gain some energy. Because if I take whatever 12 to 15 minutes, 17, 22 minutes, whatever happens, I don't try to force it. Um, I always feel better, but many times I get out of the routine easy because life happens. Excuse me, and life, you know, shows up. Yeah, this is right on with Aries. Winter, take care of your needs. And again, you had that other card, that patience with the time, and that was depicting the winter months. So coyote's a spirit, can be a spirit animal. If I remember right, it's usually about independence. You know what I mean? They can be self sufficient. They run in packs. I get it, but coyote can, do their thing, do what they have to do to survive. So um, there's something about, don't miss, what spirit's trying to show you in the winter months. You know what I mean? Where you should be resting up so you can kick some butt in the spring. It's a natural rhythm, just like the birds and the roosters chirping at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? Now, some humans follow that and get up, and the sun follows, and there's sort of a pattern and a biorhythm. That's the word, a biorhythm, and symmetry to it all, right? Like people that work at night, they got to learn to sleep against nature. It's not natural, and it takes a long time, to change that sleep pattern where it works, you know. But anyways, we digress a little. We got the snake, mask, clock again. We got two more, date and photograph. All right, Leo, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me here? The snake. Competition. Enemy. Clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. Yeah, that's what I get too. I'm sorry, females, but I get this very competitive, jealous type female energy. I guess look out for your man, look out for your female, whatever your preference is, because somebody else is cold and ruthless. Mask, not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. So be careful, Leo. Somebody's putting on an act or whatever. Just watch what they're doing. That's the biggest advice I can give you. Pay attention to what they're doing, not what they're saying. This is talking about gaslighting. Gaslighting is both words and actions, but um, the type of people that do that, once they have you, it is very delusional, and it's very hard to realize that they have already reeled you in. You're like the fish flopping around on the boat. They already got you. So, clock, need time, take time and time, cycles, time to heal, progress. All right, so this clock has no numbers. You got to know what they are, which a lot of these newer generations, millennials, I don't know. They wouldn't know what time that was. um, I'm sorry, couldn't help myself. There's also some shadowing, so it's showing duality. It mentions cycles. I talked about cycles, talked about the druids, talked about winter being a time where stuff quiets down. The nice thing, like when I was growing up in New England, when it really snowed good, it was so quiet and peaceful and everything shut down. What little business there was, it all calms down because people are just, hey, shovel the snow away from the house, shovel the driveway, plow comes back, shovel the driveway again, plow and but you're out there and you're enjoying it. It's easy to enjoy, especially when you're young. You don't have worries like, oh, is this going to cost me because I'm not going to work? But anyways, uh, yeah, there's a pattern for everything. Be patient, and let spirit do their part, and communicate with your whatever you believe in, your angels, the universe, I don't know, creative intelligence, higher force. Date, meeting someone new, dating, get back over there, plan, set a date. So it's talking about having some action, right? You know what I mean? You know, I keep crying out the prayer, where's my partner? Where's my partner? And you stay in your house 24/7, only go out for work. Um, Not going to work, you know? And only so much can be done and set up on the apps and all that stuff, right? And then at some point, you're going to want to meet the person. Photograph, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, and making new memories. Hmm. So this could be you, Leo. This could be you kind of romanticizing the person that was a little, might have been a little devious to you. They could have had some feelings for you too, but I'm getting that they were devious. All right, I'm going to take a row from the Love Oracle, Leo and June. I'm going to say hi to my friend Candy. She's out there. All right, it's over. So, Leo, time to break the bones with somebody. One that was wearing a mask and the one that was being deceptive. Might have had multiple partners and trying to hide something. We'll leave it at that, right? All right. This card wanted to come out, and then this was the next one. That's where I'm stopping. All right. So in this row, it's over. I want to be strong like you. So they know they're wounded. You deserve the best. So they're wishing you well. They know you're good energy, and you deserve something that looks more like this, right? Still think about you. They let you go, but obviously they still think about you. All right, let's do this last row. Now, this lady used to be at the beach arcade, and you could put in, I don't know, I think a dime. I don't know, giving away my age. And she told it all. She gave you a card. If the machine didn't run out of the little cards there, she'd tell you a fortune, just like it is. Today, it'd probably text it to you on your phone. Hurt so much. I was hurt by you. I'm glad you're moving on, Leo. I feel lonely. You're so different from everyone around me. All right, so this is pretty straightforward, Leo. You have an ending here that's unavoidable, and it's talking about wintertime. We're just barely hitting summer, so you know, might require you to slow down a little. Although the dating card came out, you know. All right, hurt so much. I was hurt by you. You know, that could be you saying that, but I don't think so. I think it's this person that's emotionally immature. I feel lonely. Again, you did good. If you cut the ties, took the lesson, forgive the person, you done well, Leo. You're so different from everyone around me. So, you know, it just tells you that, you know, you look at their three close friends and they're probably about, more than likely they're about whatever those other three people do too. So again, watch what they do, not what they say. Um, we're going to take one timing card. If you want to ask a question, I'll give you a minute. And this is to close up the reading for Leo. If you made it this far, please like, subscribe. Come on, man. Help me out with the subscriptions. Let's get over 500, man. Get over 500. I'll consider doing a reading for somebody that in the, you know, we'll do something. We'll do something different. All right. You got your question? This is the card for the reading and your question. Meditation brings answers. And that goes right along with Mr. Hermit. I'm telling you, you're reflecting Aries, or you broke away from an Aries. Meditation brings answers. That is your timing card. So I guess Spirit wants you like calming down for a little bit, Leo. You might want to take a look at the Aries reading. It's very similar. Appreciate your support and have a great month.